Good morning. It's 6:04 a.m. I hope you guys are doing well and enjoying your Wednesday morning, I guess it is. I just got up. I'm on my way for coffee. I had to come get my Bible and stuff out of the bus. Let me show you our sky. It says we're gonna have like a lot of sun, but we shall see. It's usually brighter than this at this time of the morning over here. I was surprised how late it was. Well, not that it's late, but the time. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I don't know if I've already introduced this vlog or not, because this may be part of another one, and I may have done a little bit this morning. I don't know, but welcome anyway. And if you are new, welcome to the channel. If you're a subscriber already, welcome back. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. It is like 78 degrees here, and it's about, let's see, 10:39 a.m. So it's laundry day for me. I was just eating some these chili flavored pistachios. I love these. They get all stuck in my teeth. And of course I got my coffee. It's already kind of cold because I kind of got in a bit of a, I don't know what you want to call it, kind of a side quest, but not really, because I'm doing laundry. So what I'm doing is I have these tubs that I have some of my clothes in that's in the bus, and I'm organizing them to see what do I want to keep and what do I not want to keep, or I'm trying to organize them by these are my shorts, my skirts, my whatever. I've been just kind of pretty much doing that, reading. I got up and read the Bible, had some coffee this morning. I got up a little bit earlier today than I have been because lately I've been so tired. I've been dealing with a lot of pain, a lot of headaches. Today, praise God, I do not feel like I have a headache. I have a little bit of pressure back here, but so far it's okay. This is probably the first day in probably a couple weeks or so that I didn't wake up with migraine or just headache pain, sinus pain, whatever. So yeah, that is what I've been doing. So I was reading, and I'll kind of show you what I've got down here too, because I don't know how I'm going to do that exactly, but let me see. I'll show it to you in just a minute. Like I had said before, I'm way behind as far as what day I should be on in this Bible. So I'm here, May 11th. I'm pretty well, actually, yeah, I'm still in May 11th. So I'm still going through Samuel, 1 Samuel. I'm in 10. But how this thing is set up is like you do Old Testament, New Testament, a Psalm, and a proverb. So I was just going to use this as a reader, but I have a really hard time just reading through the Bible. I don't know if any of you can do that. I just heard something. I don't know if the dogs are under there. I don't know. I always want to highlight something. I always want to write something out. I want to like take notes. And for whatever reason, this time around, I've been really stuck in 1 Samuel. I don't know why. I don't know what the reason for it is. I don't know if it's just because it's one that I've read and everything, but it just seems like something is sticking out more this time. I don't know what I did with my nail files. But I guess for some reason, certain things stick in your mind, right? So when you think about Saul, I always thought about all of the things that he did that were not good, right? It was like how he got chosen and all of the things just kind of didn't stick. I didn't remember. So I've taken some time this time around to kind of do some little bit of digging into that. Not a whole lot. I haven't like I hadn't pulled out like everything. What I was using is the New King James Study Bible Full Color Edition. I was using that, and this then my daily Bible, and then I was using this one, and I was also using, well, what I was using to put my notes in was my ESV interleaved. But what I did is I just kind of stuck them in here. But what I want to do is I'm going to stick some in here because I want this to stay with this, because this is the Bible that I'm getting these thoughts, these questions, whatever, in. So I want them in here, but then I'm going to transfer these notes over to my ESV interleaved, because at least some of them, eventually that is gonna, I'm hoping that's gonna become a very chunky Bible filled with all sorts of things. I've just kind of let it go by the wayside, and I don't know, I just hadn't been feeling it for a while now. I've been reading every day, but I just wasn't really like studying. My goodness, I have all kinds of stuff in my glasses. I don't know. It's been a day. It's because I was feeding the dogs, and then I was walking out with them, and I think I got coffee on my glasses, because that's what it looks like from walking with them, and like bumping things around. So what I was using, these things, actually I just cut that. These are the Post-it notes, the big ones. So this pack came with these 4. So what I did with the first one is I just cut it down the middle, and I did, of course I didn't cut it straight. Why would I? I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things, I guess. But this is the Psalm, or Saul's, some information on Saul. And then what I did is I just added, this was the top part of the sticky, so I just stuck it there. So I'll kind of share a little bit about what I wrote down. So I went back to Saul, 1 Samuel 9:1 and 2. So I just have put me a little flag here that says Samuel and Saul, because that's where Samuel goes to talk to him, right? So this was after the Lord told him who was going to become the king, because, and let me see where it's at. I don't know where I wrote it down. Let me just go back a little bit before I get to the Psalm thing, or the Saul thing. I think I wrote it in, I'm almost done with this little field notes. I have like, I don't even know, very little left. I have like about 2.5 pages left in here, so I've got to go find my other one. Let me see. I don't remember. Okay, so it must have been, oh, that's interesting. I cannot find it. But it was where God is talking about how they rejected him. I know I wrote some notes, and I kind of wanted to share what I wrote. But I don't remember exactly where it was. Let me see. Okay, so it was here in Samuel 10, it looks like. Oh, wait. Do everything, Lord, apply, for it is. Okay, here we go. He's talking to Samuel, and this is 10:6. Samuel was displeased with their request and went to the Lord for guidance. Do everything they say to you. The Lord replied, for it is me they are rejecting, not you. They don't want me to be their king any longer. Ever since I brought them from Egypt, they have continually abandoned me and followed other gods, and now they are giving you the same treatment. Do as I ask, but solemnly warn them about the way a king will reign over them. And just reading that was like heartbreaking to oh no, you know what? That was an 8. Sorry. That was Samuel 8. 6 through 9. So Samuel 8, 6 through 9. But it was just like heartbreaking to read that. Like how even after all that he had done for them, they rejected him. They, just kept going their own way. They went and went after other foreign gods. And I know there was another section for some reason. I remember writing it down somewhere about another part where it just like was that same feeling, that same like just thinking of like, I'm not a parent, so I can't really, I'm not coming from necessarily a parent's point of view, but I can just imagine that when your children reject you, something happens or whatever, and they go about their own thing, they do things that you know are wrong and you know are going to end up hurting them, and yet you still love them, and you kind of just have to end up giving them over to whatever it is that they want, that they ask for. Like he said, they asked for a king. He said, give it to them. Warn them. And that's kind of all you can do, is warn people, like, this is what's going to happen. This is what kind of consequences are going to come from this. And, you're going to have to deal with those consequences. And they're because of your choices. Yeah, I don't know where I wrote that. I wish I could find that, because I know I took some, I thought I wrote down some stuff about it, but anyway, it was one of those parts of scripture that just like broke my heart, because this is us. This is how we are with the Lord. He has delivered us out of who knows how many different things that we get ourselves into. Our sinful nature, we go about our own, whatever we want to do, and then we cry out to him. And what does he do? He listens to us. He comes and he delivers us. He brings us out of whatever it is, and again, we go and do what we want. And it's awful. It's just one of those like really horrible things that it just stuck with me. I don't know where I wrote those notes. Sorry, I keep looking around at different things, because I'm like, I remember writing them, but I have so many different little notebooks that I don't know the day that I actually wrote about it, what I was writing in, because if I don't have a certain notebook with me, then I'll write it in another one. But normally I try to write it on a paper that I can stick back in here. But so that part, really got to me, and I just even still, they still wanted what they wanted. Even still, we still want what we want. They wanted to be like everyone else, and what is the same thing we do? We want to fit in. That's why we do some of the things that we do as humans. So later on, it gets to Saul, right? So it says here, there was a wealthy, influential man named Kish from the tribe of Benjamin. He was the son of Abiel, son of Zeror, son of Bechorath, son of Aphiah, of the tribe of Benjamin. His son Saul was the most handsome man in Israel, head and shoulders taller than anyone else in the land. Okay, so there's this, they're wealthy, influential family, and then Saul specifically was considered one of the most handsome men in Israel, head and shoulders but taller than anyone else. So he had stature. He had this presence about him, right? So then later on, when I was reading, let's see, I wrote down 9:2 and then go to 9:21. And after this is after Saul has told him, and I'm here to tell you that you and your family are the focus of all Israel's hopes. So that's in 1 Samuel 9:21. Or actually no, Psalm 20. 21 is the next part that I was looking at. So Saul replied, "But I am only from the tribe of Benjamin, the smallest tribe in Israel, and my family is the least important of all the families of that tribe. Why are you talking like this to me?" And something that in this daily Bible, the notes here are from Becky Tirabassi. Because I always wondered, well, why did he fall into all of these bad things? Why do we all fall into them, right? Into sin and all of that. A lot of times it's because of our own inferiority complex. We think because we feel not good enough, like we don't fit in, we're not what we should be, we're not what everybody else thinks we should be. Sometimes we go down the wrong path because of anger, because of hurt, because of grief, whatever. So then what she says is, surely if anyone had reason for confidence, Saul did. His father was wealthy and influential, and Saul himself had a commanding stature. By these measures, Saul was bound to be a great king. Yet he claimed his own family was the least important of all the families of Benjamin. Why are you talking like this to me? So Saul would repeatedly struggle with a sense of inferiority and insecurity throughout his reign. Saul would be obsessed with his fears and his image. Excuse me. Everything he said and did was selfish because he was worried about managing them, managing his fears and his image. So because of having that inferiority complex, having insecurities, he, as well as most of us, fall into the struggles of jealousy, insecurity, arrogance, impulsiveness, deceit, because we're not looking to God for all of the things that he provides for us. We're looking at what we can do in our own power, or I don't know, like we look at what other people are doing, we're like, well, I could do better than that. But why does it matter? We have our calling, we have what God has called us to do, what things he has given us as our plan for our life, as our calling. Yet we still suffer with insecurity. I mean, I do. And I always wonder, well, no, he couldn't have given me that. No, why would he want me to do that? Well, that's Satan. That's how Satan gets a hold of us. And I think that is exactly what was happening with Saul. It's like Satan sees that God gives you this calling and you are going to do great things for the Lord. And he's just like, but you're not good enough. It brings out all these little things to make you start thinking negative. And, it just stuck out to me because I've struggled with that all my life. I still struggle with it a lot. I'm getting better with that, but I'm still struggling with that idea of, I can't do this. I shouldn't be the one doing this. I'm not good enough for this. I'm whatever it is. Whether it be part of my health journey, my calling from the Lord, this YouTube channel, just everyday relationships with my family and friends and all of that. Like, it's really hard. But I just wanted to share that with you because that's some thought that I had about Saul and just thoughts that have come to my mind. If you have any thoughts or anything to share kind of based on this, or anything that you guys are reading and what you're learning now. Like my next the next section that I read was John 6:22 through 42, and I think that's where it was. Yeah, and I have some notes in there that also kind of stuck out to me. And now I'm in Proverbs 14:34 and 35. And I'm writing, that's where I'm writing notes now. I'm kind of going through, I kind of wrote this earlier, but it's a bit of a mess. It'll probably go into this Bible. But since I highlighted in purple, I'm doing it on this. So the word disgrace is what I'm focusing on first. That kind of stuck out to me in that verse, Proverbs 14:34. It's also in 35 in the NLT. So I'm kind of going through that. So I'm using my King James Spirit-filled Bible, as well as I just pulled this out off my bookshelf, the MacArthur Bible Commentary. So I'm going to go through that, and I'll give you kind of like a bit of a, I don't know what you'd call it, a little bit of a little video, photo or whatever of like my desk. It's kind of a mess because it's small and I'm still working on it. Like, we've been working on moving things around. So this is not my actual desk that I have in the cabin. That may come into the bus at a later date. But we'll see. So I'm going to go and check on laundry and see if because I filled up the whole clothesline. So I gotta go see if the next one's ready and if there's anything dry or anything I can kind of, I don't know, figure out. So I will show you this and I will close the video there, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. God bless you. Bye. So there you have it. My NLT Daily Bible. This is the King James, and under there is a MacArthur. So that is what my little spread looks like today.